Ari Aster, Wes Anderson, Julia DeCarnu. I don't know if I pronounced that right because I'm extremely bad with names, but if those names interest you, I invite you to stick around to this video. If not, then I don't know. My name is Pavel, and today I'm going to be watching famous directors' first short films. Why am I doing this? Well, I just kind of moved into my own apartment and I don't really have a chance to watch movies, so I'm going to use this as an excuse to actually watch things, if you know what I mean. I always feel really guilty about watching movies. I feel like I'm wasting my time even though I really enjoy doing it. So yeah, this is going to be basically my reason to watch movies, so I'm going to document it on this channel. I also want to give new stuff a try, for example, different genres, like short movies like I'm going to be watching in this video, and also just different directors that I've not really considered actually watching. This seems like quite a nice place to start. I know these are some generic names in film, like you've definitely heard of Wes Anderson, you do know who he is. I would say you do, and if you don't, please don't be watching my video, go watch him. But I basically have to start somewhere, and why not start with these big names of directors that I really like. For example, Wes Anderson really inspires my Instagram account. I love like symmetry and stuff like that. Very pretentious, I know. And I love Ari Aster, obviously. Who doesn't love Hereditary and Midsommar and stuff like that? Amazing. I'm really bad at pronouncing her name, but Julia DeCarnu's Raw was amazing. Haven't seen Titan. I'm so bad at pronouncing things. But I haven't seen it yet, but I know she's great at body horror, and I love that sort of stuff. Today, we're going to be watching 3 short movies. I've got them on a YouTube page called like Famous First Films. I'll link it in the bio basically, and if you're interested in giving them a watch instead of watching me, you definitely should. So we have Julia DeCarnu's Jr. Then we have Ari Aster's The Strange Thing About the Johnsons. So I'm looking down there, this is where my notes are. And Wes Anderson's Bottle Rocket. Yeah, I'm going to watch them, see what I think. Basically vlog or just do something like this and sit down and give my opinion on them. I don't really know what to expect. I know Ari Aster's is meant to be really messed up because I've heard people speaking about it, and I'm gonna say Julia's is definitely gonna have a lot of something creepy, something to do with, like body horror, definitely. So let me extend my parasocial relationship with these directors, and I'm going to go watch these short movies now. So be right back. Also, before we start watching this, I just wanted to say my knowledge of film is very small. I have a generic taste in movies, and the furthest like education in film that I ever got was doing a module in college, in university or whatever, in film, and that wasn't great. That was just kind of like the fundamentals of film. So I know very little about movies, just to say that. If anybody's watching this, please don't roast me, because it's definitely going to be very apparent that I know very little. Thank you. Let's get on with actually watching the short films now. Cool. Okay, I just finished watching Junior, and that was good. It made me feel a little weird, but weird in a really good way. First, I really love the music. I know it's only in the intro and outro, but it was so good. I didn't really know what to expect, and I know I said I loved body horror. There were still scenes throughout this short film that made me feel a little bit uncomfortable. For example, there's a scene where she's in the bath and her back is basically splitting, and I don't know if you can see her spine, but you can see something, and she's kind of touching around and trying to understand what is actually happening to her body. It definitely made me feel a little bit weird. Like from the very first shot, I was like, yes, okay, this kind of reminds me of Raw, and I can definitely see how this kind of transformed into Raw. I know they're not like directly correlated or whatever. There's thematic similarities throughout them. The entire short film is basically about, well, the way I understood it is about a girl, Julia, I think her name is. I'm definitely wrong. Her body's transforming, and I'm taking this as this entire short film as a big metaphor for like puberty and adolescence and your teenage years and all that stuff. And I think Junior, the film captured it so perfectly, especially throughout the script and the way it was written. Whatever. Especially when they're in the cafeteria and they're speaking about each other's families and who they find hot, and the lack of censorship between what they say and stuff like that. It definitely I think perfectly describes the teenage years. And there's a scene where she's sitting in class and her teacher is asking her to take off her jacket, and she's like, no, I don't care, blah blah blah, stuff like that. I loved it. I thought it was so good. And there is a scene where her mother walks in on her in the bathroom floor, and I thought there would be a jump scare or something like that, and I did not know what to expect. But so it gave me a bit of a shiver, but I really, really liked it. So on to the next one now, which is The Strange Thing About the Johnsons. The Johnsons, yes. But I know it's going to be creepy. It's just going to be disturbing from what I know. Yeah, let's see where this goes. Okay, I just finished watching The Strange Thing About the Johnsons. I feel really weird. That was a very, very strange short film. I would recommend. Do I recommend? I don't know if I recommend. Okay, if you want to watch something really messed up, go watch it now before you listen to me talk, because I'm definitely going to spoil it all. I'm just saying that now. It's like 30 minutes. It's extremely disturbing. I'll read the synopsis actually instead of me trying to explain what it's about. The Strange Thing About the Johnsons is a 2011 American horror short film written and directed by Ari Aster. Billy Mayo, Brandon Greenhouse, and Angela Bullock as a member of a suburban family in which the son is involved in an abusive, incestuous relationship with his father. I heard that this was going to be a bit of a strange one, but I did not expect that. Initially, when I started, I was like, okay, this he's just doing his thing in bed. The dad walked in on him. Oh, he just caught him doing the thing, getting off or whatever, and that's fine, whatever. Let's see. I know this is going to take a weird turn, but I don't know where. And then when the shot came where it was zooming into the photo of Isaiah, he's the son, and it zoomed into a photo that he was holding in his hand, and it was of his dad. I was like, okay, this is so messed up. I believe it says 14 years later after that, like in the next scene. Yeah. It's definitely a unique short film. I've definitely never seen anything like it. I can see some similarities with like Hereditary, for example, where it's a bit of an unconventional family, where Hereditary just kind of is about an unconventional family and they reveal dark secrets about the family. But this just, there's something just about this one that makes it even more disturbing personally for me, when you compare it to Hereditary. There's a scene where the father and the son are speaking, and the son says to his dad, this is just love. When he said that line, I was like, no, this is so fucked. This is so messed up. There was some things I didn't like about this movie, this film. Some of the acting was really bad, and there was some shots that I thought were just kind of framed weirdly, like that scene that I was just talking about. It's just glass and you can't really see anyone, and I get it's kind of meant to create a atmosphere it's trying to create, but I don't know, I just thought it could be done differently. But obviously, what do I know? I don't make movies. So if you want, definitely go watch it. If you don't, that makes sense. Definitely, hopefully the weirdest thing I'm going to be watching in this video, because Junior is weird. This is just a whole new level. Bottle Rocket, I believe. I've seen the actual film, but not the short film, so I'm hoping it's just chill. I can watch a quick 15-minute short film and just relax, because I do not want to think about this film again. Time to watch Bottle Rocket and see what it's like. So I just finished watching Bottle Rocket, and I really, really, really liked it. But first, let me read a quick synopsis of what this film is about, and then I'll speak about it. Dysfunctional friends Dignan and Anthony plan to execute a robbery with their pot-growing friend Bob. And I think that it definitely summarizes what it's about. I really love this short film because it definitely felt really comforting for myself. Because when I went to go see, for example, like The French Dispatch, I was like, I would never ever be able to make something like this, or even The Grand Budapest Hotel. Like it's such a large scale film that I never But something like this, I feel like if I was creative enough and, I actually sat down and wanted to write something and direct something myself, that I could this is a standard that's actually like achievable for me and probably for other people, obviously for other people. And it's comforting to know that like this is where he started and he's ended up with The French Dispatch, which was so good. Like I absolutely loved it, but I'm not here to speak about The French Dispatch. I'm here to speak about Bottle Rocket. It's a quirky movie with a snazzy jazz score, and I love that this movie this movie hints towards Wes Anderson's future style. Like you could see the seeds of it, for example, with like the shots and the close-ups, and for example when the two friends are just sitting in a cafe and speaking, it's just the way it's lined up and everything is quite symmetrical, and then there's so many close-ups being used, and I definitely love that. And I love the quick snappy editing. You can definitely see that from here when he actually, I think it was like 2 years later when he made the actual Bottle Rocket movie, his style kept continuously developing, and it's just so nice to be able to see the origin of it all. I think this movie is like 13 minutes. It's really, really short. You should definitely go watch it. I'll definitely link it in the description. Another thing that I noticed is the camera is not as stationary as I'm used to it being in the newer films as well. Like the camera moves so much with the actors. It's definitely weird seeing that from him, because if I saw this without knowing it was a Wes Anderson, I don't know if I would have been able to identify it as that. Maybe by actually seeing the Wilson brothers, who I loved in this. I thought they were so cool, and so weird seeing like Owen Wilson being so young in this, especially compared to like, again, the newest French Dispatch. And it's cool that he's stuck with the same sort of cast and just kind of developed it and grew into a huge team, into a huge family, basically. So that was everything that I watched. I think if I was to rate it, I would say the one that I liked the least would be The Strange Thing About the Johnsons. Second would be Ball Rocket, and the first that I liked the most would be Junior. I thought that was so good, and I'm definitely going to watch Detain, hopefully soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is my first video that I've ever made, and I don't really know what I'm doing, so I hope it was mildly entertaining. I'm definitely going to make more videos soon. I have a good few ideas about the sort of stuff I want to film. I don't know. I hope I stick with it. I really hope I stick with it, yeah, definitely. I'm so glad I saw where these directors started, and definitely seeing them grow into what the sort of stuff they make now is so inspiring, and it's so cool. I think that is everything. And before this video ends, I have a question to ask you. What should I watch next? Let me know in the comments or on my Instagram, anywhere. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye-bye.